there, thank you for taking a moment to watch this video. And if you're watching this video, then that means that you and your organization are most likely either using or considering to use the Outreach.io system to help you and your organization streamline your task management, or the cadence that you and your team follow when reaching out to your prospects to close deals. And our team over here at PhoneBurner has been working hard to help you and your organization knock out your calling steps faster than you would normally. And what do I mean by that? You see, once you install the PhoneBurner extension in your Outreach environment, you'll see a new option on the left-hand side with a PhoneBurner icon in it. When you click on that, you'll see a list of all of your sequence and calling steps that have calls that are due today and are syncing with Salesforce. And then all I have to do is click to begin a dial session from any one of these steps. So let's say I want to knock out my 67 phone calls for step 1 of my appointment setter campaign. I click start dialing, and that's going to pop up a dial session window where I can make a few choices. I can be dialing through those contacts. So now that we're connected, let's go ahead and start dialing. And what you'll notice right off the bat is in the dial session window, we're actually going to display the contact record details pulled over from Salesforce in this iframe. Now, if somebody doesn't answer, you can click to leave a voicemail and you're off to the next call. No more listening to the entire greeting and waiting for the beep. Just click the button and move on. Let me show you that one more time. That's how easy it is for you to leave a voicemail using PhoneBurner. Now, if somebody answers, perfect. Have a conversation with them. There's no pause, no delay, no awkward silence. As soon as they answer, you're live on the line, and then when you're done talking to them, just go ahead and end that call. And then you'll be presented with a different set of buttons that represent potential outcomes of a live conversation. And as long as these dispositions are configured to match the dispositions in Outreach, everything's going to work perfectly. Let's say we connected with Barbara and we had a great conversation. Because I'm actually viewing the contact details pulled over from Salesforce, I could update this record right here in real time. Let's say I wanted to edit this. Once I save it, that record is updated in Salesforce. So let's go ahead and click on the Edit in Salesforce link. That will take me to the full record in Salesforce. I'm going to click on the details here. And you'll see that that field that I just updated is actually updated in Salesforce as well. Going back over to our dial session window, another great aspect of having this linked over to Salesforce is you can view a holistic call history specific to these records. Now, of course, this record has only received this one phone call, so there's no call history here on this record. But of course, if there were other calls that had been made to this contact and logged in Salesforce, I would see all that activity here. Not only can I see a holistic view of all the call activity from Salesforce, while dialing in this dial session window, I can also view all of the notes related to that contact record in Salesforce. So now there's no more wondering, has somebody else touched this record since it's been synced over to Outreach? You're going to know it because you're going to be able to see all of those notes right here in the dial session window. As long as your team, everybody on your team, is logging your notes in Salesforce. And of course, if you're syncing your data between Outreach and Salesforce, you can also log notes from Outreach and call activities from Outreach back to Salesforce. That's just handled in your Outreach to Salesforce integration settings. Now let's go ahead and disposition this call. Let's say we connected with her and we booked a meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Answered Meeting Set. And the system's going to take me on to my next call. If this contact doesn't answer, I can click on the appropriate button here and move on to the next call. I'm going to go ahead and mark this call as live answer and end this, just so that we can take another moment here to talk about a couple other things here in the dial session window. One other thing that I haven't pointed out yet is you can have a phone script on the screen as you're making calls to help you and your team stay on point regarding what you're trying to reach out to them about. Now, I know we're using PhoneBurner primarily to make phone calls, but another aspect of the PhoneBurner system is the ability to automatically trigger emails based off of the call outcome. So you may have noticed that in the upper right-hand corner, this email's value has been going up. I've configured some of these dispositions to automatically trigger an email. Now, you don't have to take advantage of that, but we have found that a lot of times people who are making phone calls also like to send an email about the outcome of that phone call at the same time. And with PhoneBurner, it has never been simpler to do that. Now let's jump back over to Outreach and let's refresh this page. Notice we started with 67. Now that I've made a few phone calls, we'll see that number has dropped. And if I go to view my call activities, you'll see that all of those calls that I've made so far have been dispositioned according to my settings in Outreach. All I have to do is make sure that the dispositions in PhoneBurner match the dispositions that I've created in Outreach, and everything will get logged accordingly in Outreach. Meaning the call activity will get logged, the task will get closed, and the contact will either continue in the sequence or be removed from the sequence because you connected with them. And that's a quick little demo on how you and your team can turbo boost the calling activities that you do using Outreach. Thanks for taking a moment to watch this video. Bye for now, and happy dialing.